Hi team, it's Rachel from Clever Social here, and I am going to do a quick mini training or explanation on the difference between Business Manager on Facebook and Business Suite. Now, over the last 3 to 6 months, Business Suite has started rolling out on Facebook. It's not available to all users. You may be going, why is everyone talking about Business Suite? I don't have it. You're not alone. I personally do not have it either. So essentially, Business Manager, if you don't know, is like the hub. It is the spine where all Facebook and Instagram things are connected. So your ad account, your pixel, your catalog, your Facebook and Instagram shopping and shops. It's all in here. It's all under the umbrella of Business Manager. Now, there are other managers under here as well. There's Commerce Manager, which is your catalogs, your catalog manager, and your Facebook and Instagram shops are in Commerce Manager. You have Events Manager for your Pixel and some of your aggregated event management, which hopefully you've sorted out with iOS 14.5 arriving this week. So there's all these tools, but they sit under Business Manager. Business Manager is the home for all this stuff. I call it the spine. It is the center of our little universe. And if you have Business Suite, essentially you just have a nice little summary overview sitting on top of Business Manager. Business Suite is just a dashboard that is sitting on top of Business Manager. It's pretty much one and the same. It just means that some of us don't have the Business Suite view of Business Manager. Now, whether we will eventually, I don't know. But it seems as though Facebook's basically made the decision that if you were a heavy ads manager user, so you were running a lot of ads, or you had access to more than 3 Business Manager accounts, they aren't giving you Business Suite at this time. So there's a lot of digital marketers, that's a lot of small business owners who won't have access to Business Suite at this time. So that's all you're missing out on, is essentially a dashboard view of the key metrics or the key tools that Facebook thinks a business owner would be interested in. And it's a bit of a bummer because I am working with lots of clients right now who are really jumping in and using some of the features on Business Suite, yet there is a whole bunch of us that don't have access to Business Suite at this time. Now, also just to add to the mix, Facebook renamed their Facebook Pages app, Page Manager app, to Business Suite as well. So they are very, very similar. They're the same tool. There's just some functions you can't access from the app. Now, I would be suggesting that whenever you're doing business specific stuff, like you're wanting to add users to your page or even running ads, I would recommend always doing it from a laptop or a desktop, not from mobile, even though you've got access to those apps. I work to the sort of in the method of setting everything up on a desktop, laptop, and then I use mobile devices for ongoing management, switching things on and off, reviewing results if I need to on the go. But Business Suite app is not the same as using Business Manager or Business Suite on desktop. So if you don't have Business Suite, the main thing you're missing out on at the moment is that nice streamlined scheduling of content and editing content. Just like the stuff, you could share the same content for Facebook, and then you could change the caption for Instagram. So you can have hashtags in one caption, remove them for Facebook. You can have a link on the Facebook, but not have the link in the Instagram caption, knowing that those functions, the functionality on each platform is slightly different. So that's the main bit that's annoying that we're missing out on. All the other stuff is found in other places in the Facebook world. But what I'm going to do is jump into someone else in the team's account and show you Business Suite. So bear with me one moment. So here I am inside Business Suite. So as you can see, it's got a darker background. It's got Business Suite up in the top left-hand corner, and I can tell what account I'm in. And this is a drop down, so you can toggle through this and see other business accounts that you have access to. Now, this is just an overlay that's sitting on top of Business Manager, as I've said. And if I go down to More Tools, and I go to business settings, I'll be taken to the exact same screen I was just in my other Business Manager view. So you are just sitting on top, hovering on top of Business Manager. You are not that far removed. Now, some things to keep in mind here is that if you don't go to this More Tools section and you just use the main menu here, that some of these things aren't what you might think they are as they first appear. So with the ads tab here, that's actually something called Ads Center, which isn't the same as Ads Manager. It is like a lighter view, so it's almost similar to sort of some of the ads reporting you can see from your Facebook page, which isn't the same thing as Ads Manager. So if you are boosting posts, you can see a high level view of your boosted post results, and if by clicking on this ads item on the menu. But I would still be saying, if you are serious about running ads, you should be looking in Ads Manager and not using Ad Center at all. If you do happen to click on Ad Center, you can actually scroll to the bottom. It will say open in Ads Manager and it will take you through. But again, if you just go to the more tools section here, Ads Manager is also on that menu too. So the main thing you're missing here is, I guess, posts and stories, and also they're bringing in some kind of commerce settings, some more making commerce more accessible. So you can see here, these are all my posts across Facebook and Instagram. I've got a feed and grid view, which Creator Studio, Facebook's other scheduling tool, doesn't have at the moment. So this is definitely where they seem to be investing their time. So if I change that to a grid view, you can see this is my Facebook page, this is my Instagram account, and I can see what's been posted and what's going on. So I can create a post here. I can also schedule stories in here, which is pretty handy if we aren't someone who's always on the fly doing behind the scenes stuff. But if you hit create post here, you can just see that you've got that editing option. So I can tick that I'd like it to go across both. I would like my Facebook caption to be here, and I'd like my Instagram caption to be here. So obviously I can edit those and make them appropriate for each platform. So this is the bit you're missing out on mostly by not having Business Suite, and there is nothing you can do about it if you don't have Business Suite, unfortunately. So the reason why it's good to keep this in mind as well is that if you as a business owner are working with third-party virtual assistants, or just you have a team of people, those people are most likely to have Business Suite, whereas you're not, which makes things a little complicated. So it's just something to keep in mind, that your view of the world might look a lot different than another user's view of the world. And if we're managing resources and teams and staff, keep in mind they might not see the same thing as you. Now, to get to whatever you've got as a view, you go to business.facebook.com, and either that previous view that I had open inside my Business Manager is going to load, and you can toggle on the left-hand side through any accounts you have access to, or this darker grey version is going to load with the Business Manager logo on the side here, which is this little Pac-Man looking guy that then opens out into the actual words Business Suite. So that is the key difference. Now, I sort of think the intention of Business Suite is that you could give someone access through Business Manager to your business, and they could sit here and manage everything to do with Facebook and Instagram without having to pick up a device and without actually having to be like logged into a personal Instagram account. So of course they still log in as themselves. That's the only way we access Facebook, is as an individual. But you can see from in here, I'm not going to get any personal notifications, but I can still schedule posts. I can reply to messages sent to me on Facebook and Instagram, and I can reply to comments and messages all from one hub. So this is why this is like a dashboard view, and really handy if you are managing sort of staff who need to sit across Facebook without them being distracted by, their mum DMing them something irrelevant. People are only human. They are always going to be tempted to look at their DMs or notifications for their personal accounts, and when you're in here, you don't get those distractions. So that is the key difference between Facebook Business Manager and Business Suite. If you do have Business Suite, there's no way to turn it off, but you can just navigate to your Facebook page and you can access some of this stuff from the page settings instead if you don't like Business Suite. But I really advise you just start using Business Suite, get your head around it, get comfortable, because it's not going away. And fingers crossed that they have a plan for us digital marketers or users with lots of accounts, because it would be great if I could see the same content and the same functions that everyone else that I work with can see. It's a bit of a challenge otherwise. So anyway, that's my 10-minute little wrap up on Business Manager versus Business Suite. I regularly run a Facebook Business Manager school, which goes over all of these things in details, including all the components inside a Business Manager, like setting up catalogs for product tagging, and all the things that can go wrong. So I'm going to put a link to that, and you can join the waitlist on my website, and you can join my next intake in August if that's what you're interested in. Speak soon.